Hello everyone, in this lecture we'll see some spatial graphs. Spatial graphs. And all these graphs are the simple graphs. Simple graphs means there is no self loop, there is no multiple edges, isn't it? So first one we'll see what is null graph. Second one we'll see what is regular graph. Third one is complete graph. Fourth one we'll see cycle graph. Fifth one we'll see wheel graph. Next one we'll see n cubes or hypercubes. Next one we'll see bipartite graph. And next one that is complete bipartite graph. Complete bipartite graph. Isn't it? So these are some spatial graphs. All are simple graphs only. So we'll see one by one what is null, what is regular graph, what is complete graph, what is cycle graph and all. So we'll see one by one. Okay. So write down first one, that is, we can say that is null graph. So you can write down what is null graph. We can say that a simple graph with no edge, isn't it? So we can say that a graph, simple graph with no edges is known as what? Null graph. That is, we can say that a simple graph in which edge set, cardinality of edge set is equals to 0. So let us consider one example. Let's say this is the null graph with 3 vertices. Let us consider next example, example number 2. This one is a null graph with 4 vertices and so on. Similarly, we can have null graph with 1 vertex, null graph with 2 vertex, null graph with 3 vertex and so on. That means in a simple graph with no s, we can say that graph is known as what? Null graph, isn't it? Okay, write down next one. Second type, that is regular graph. So we can say that a simple graph in which minimum degree is equals to maximum degree. That is known as what? Regular graph. Let us consider one example. Minimum degree is represented with a del, maximum is represented with a delta. That means minimum degree equals to maximum degree, then that graph is known as what? Regular graph. Provided a graph must be simple. Simple graph means there is no self loop, as well as we can say that there is no multiple edges. So let us consider one example. Let's say, for instance, let's say, yes, this is the graph in which both vertices having degree equals to 1. That means this particular graph minimum degree is also equal to 1, maximum degree is equals to 1. That's why we can say that is the regular graph. Next one, let's say this one. Yes, this is also regular, because we can say that the minimum degree is equals to 2, as well as we can say that maximum degree is also equals to 2. That's why this is also a regular graph. Similarly, we can say that here also minimum degree is 2, maximum degree is also 2. So that's why we can say that is also a regular graph. Let's say, remember, If minimum degree is equals to maximum degree and that is equals to k, then that graph is known as what? K regular graph. K regular graph. So let us consider this is, let's say, example number 1, this is example number 2, this is example number 3. Now you only tell me in example number 1, degree of both the vertices are, yes, we can say that 1 only. So we can say that this graph is known as what? One regular graph. In second graph, degree of every vertex is 2. That means minimum is 2 as well as maximum is 2. That's why we can say that this graph is two regular graph. In third one also, minimum degree is 2, maximum degree is also 2. So this one is also two regular graph. Yes or no? So we can say that yes, any simple graph in which maximum degree equals to minimum degree and that is equals to k, then that graph is known as what? K regular graph. Isn't it? Okay. Now you only tell me, let's say, consider one graph. Let's say this graph is two regular graph. Yes or no? Now you only tell me number of edges are how many? Yes, here we can say that 4 edges are there. So in any k regular graph, we can say that k regular graph, we can say that number of edges equals to nk divided by 2. So in this particular graph, let's say number of n is what? Number of vertices. So we can say that number of vertices are how many? 4. 2 regular graph divided by 2. So 2 cancel out. So we can say that number of edges will be 4. Yes, you can count. Number of edges in this particular graph will be 4 only. I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay. Next one is third one, that is complete graph. Complete graph, we can say that that is represented with kn, where n is the number of vertices. So we can say that a simple graph with maximum number of edges, is known as complete graph, isn't it? So we can say that a simple graph with maximum number of edges is known as complete graph. So let's say first example, let's say with one vertex no edge is possible because graph must be simple, so no self loop is allowed. So with one vertex in a simple graph, number of edges will be how many? 0. So we can say that this one is what? This one is known as k1 because one vertex is there. With the two vertices, maximum number of edges possible, that is 1 in a simple graph, that is known as k2. In k3 we can say that yes, this one will be what? K3. Yes. Next with 4 vertices, maximum number of edges will be how many? Yes, we can say that 6. This is known as k4. Similarly k5, 5 means 5 vertices, and maximum number of edges will be, yes, we can say that this is what? K5, and so on. So here complete graph is represented with Kn. Here we can say that number of edges are how many? N into n minus 1 divided by 2. Yes or no? Here let's say yes, K3. In K3 n value is 3. So we can say that number of edges will be 3 into 3 minus 1 divided by 2. So number of edges will be 3. Yes, you can see number of edges will be 3 only. From there, this formula came. We can say that let us consider, let's say this is K4. This is K4. Let's say this is V1, V2, V3, V4. This is K4. Yes or no? So number of edges will be how many? Because maximum, we are looking for maximum number of edges, then only we can say that that graph is known as what? Complete graph. So we can say that for one edge, what is required? We can say that for one edge, 2 vertices are required. So because of that, we can say that two vertices, one edge will be obtained or not. Yes. So we can say that for one edge, two vertices are required. So we can count number of pairs of vertices. So let's say here four vertices are there. So we can say that we can group two vertices at a time. So total number of ways of grouping two vertices at a time will be what? 4C2. Yes or no? Because two vertices are required for any edge. So we can say that as many as a pair of vertices or two vertices pair we are getting, those many number of edges will be there. So out of these four vertices, pair of two vertices will be how many? 4C2 only. And 4C2 can be written like that or not? 4 into 4 minus 1 by 2. Yes or no? So we can say that that is equals to NC2, and NC2 can be, yes, if you simplify NC2, then that will be what? N into N minus 1 by 2. Here n value is 4, n is number of vertices. So 4 into 4 minus 1 divided by 2, that will be what? 4 into 3 divided by 2. That is what we can say that is 6. So you can count 6 number of edges will be there. Now you can write down some points here. Order of Kn will be what? Order means number of vertices. In Kn, number of vertices will be n only. Second one, size of Kn will be what? Size of Kn will be, we can say that is number of edges, that is n into n minus 1 by 2. I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay, so moving to the next type, that is we can say that cycle graph. Fourth one is cycle graph. Cycle graph that is represented with Cn. N is the number of vertices. So yes, we can say that cycle graph. So for any cycle, minimum 3 vertices are required. So this one is known as C3. Only one cycle is there. This is known as what? C4. This is known as what? We can say that is C5. Next one we can say that this one is known as C6 and so on. So you only tell me what will be the order of Cn. Order of Cn will be what? N only. Yes, in Ck, yes, or Cn, n number of vertices will be there. Second one, what will be the size of Cn? That is also n. In C4, 4 number of edges are there. That's why we can say that size of C4 will be 4 only, and so on. Isn't it? I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay. So moving to the next one, that is wheel graph. Fifth one is what? Wheel graph. So that is represented with Wn. Isn't it? So remember, what is the difference here? Here n is not a number of vertices. So this is C3. Yes or no? This is, we can say that C4. And this one is, let's say this is C5. Isn't it? In the wheel graph and so on, yes, take one more vertex and connect to all the vertices. That is known as W3. Take one more vertex and connect to all the remaining vertex, that is known as W4. And this is what? That is W5 and so on. This is known as what? Wheel graph. Here we can say that first point, order of Wn will be what? N plus 1. For example, in W4, 5 vertices are there. So order of W4 will be what? 5 only. Similarly, what is the size of Wn or number of edges? We can say that number of edges in Wn will be what? Yes, you only tell me. In W3, how many edges are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can say that is 2n. Isn't it? I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay, next one, that is n cubes or hypercubes. Sixth one. These are also known as hypercubes. So that is Q1. Next one, that is Q2. Next one, that is Q3, and so on, isn't it? So after Q3 we cannot visualize in this plane. So remember, these are known as what? N cubes. So first point you can write down about hypercubes. Order of Qn will be what? 2 raised to power n. For example, in Q2, 4 vertices are there, that is 2 square. Similarly, in Q3, yes, 8 vertices are there. So number of vertices will be what? 2 raised to power 3, that is 8. Second one, yes, size of Qn, or we can say that number of edges of Qn. That is what? That is n into 2 raised to power n minus 1. Let us take Q3. In Q3, n value is what? 3. So n into 2 raised to power n minus 1, that is 3 into 2 raised to power 3 minus 1, that is 3 into 2 square. That is, we can say that 3 into 4, that is 12. Yes, you can count in Q3. Yes, 12 edges are there. So that is known as what? Hypercube, isn't it? Okay. Next one, we'll see one by one. What is the meaning of, we can say that, chromatic number? Isn't it? So I am giving to some idea regarding chromatic number. So write down definition. Minimum number of colors required to color a graph, to color the vertices of the graph such that no two, we can say that, adjacent vertices have same color. That is known as what? Chromatic number. So we can say that minimum number of colors required to color the vertices of a graph such that no two adjacent vertices have same color. That is known as what? Yes, chromatic number. Let us consider one example. Let's say this graph is given to you. Yes. Now, what is the chromatic number? Chromatic number. So we can say that here, yes, let's say this is of color green, or let's say that is of color red. This vertex red, so this can be also red, because these are non-adjacent are they, isn't it? So these two vertices are non-adjacent. Adjacent vertices means there is a direct edge between these two vertices. If there is direct edge between any two vertices, then these two vertices are known as what? Adjacent vertices. So here, let's say, yes, we can give this one as let's say blue. So this is the remaining vertex. Can we give it red? No, because that is the, yes, adjacent edges are colored with red. Similarly, we cannot give it blue because adjacent vertex is also colored with blue. So some different color is required. Let's say black, isn't it? Isn't it? So we can say that here, yes, minimum how many? 3, we can say that colors are required. So we can say that chromatic number of this particular graph is what? 3. Isn't it? I hope this one is clear to everyone. So write down next theorem. We can say that before that, write down, yes, that is our 7th one, that is bipartite graph. Bipartite graph. So what is the meaning of bipartite graph? We'll see one by one, isn't it? So we can say that first theorem, write down one theorem. This theorem says that a graph G is bichromatic. Bichromatic means chromatic number is 2. If and only if it is bipartite graph. isn't it? If and only if means this theorem is both ways. If graph is bichromatic, then it will be bipartite, and if any graph is bipartite, then it will be bichromatic. Bichromatic means chromatic number is 2 only, isn't it? Next theorem says that a graph G is bipartite if and only if it has no odd length cycle. That means in that particular graph, cycle of length 3 or cycle of length 5 or cycle of length 7, if these we can say that no odd length cycle is there, then that graph is known as bipartite. If a graph is bipartite, then it won't be having odd length cycle. Otherwise, if any graph doesn't have odd length cycle, then that graph is bipartite, isn't it? So what is the meaning of bipartite? Bichromatic means what? Chromatic number is 2. Chromatic number is 2. So we can say that if a graph containing chromatic number equals to 2, then that graph is known as what? Bipartite. Let us take one example. So with that example, it will be more clear to you guys. Let us consider, let's say one graph is given to you. Let's say this is A, B, C, D, E, F. Now you only tell me whether what is the chromatic number of this particular graph. So chromatic number is represented with K also, chromatic number of this graph. So yes, red, we can give it red, we can give it red. Then this is green, this is green, this is green. Yes, minimum number of colors required to color the vertices of a graph such that no adjacent graph have same color. So minimum 2 colors are required to color the all the, we can say that vertices of this graph. So we can say that yes, chromatic number of this graph is 2. Hence we can say that this graph is known as what? Bipartite. Bipartite graph. Now what is the meaning of bipartite? We can say that bipartite, by means 2, we can partition this graph into 2 sets, isn't it? Such that, let us consider this is one vertex at V1 and this is vertex at V2. Now in V1 we can put the vertices having the same color, that is A, C, E, and in second one we can take that is B, D, F having same colors, isn't it? Now from the graph you can see, yes, there is an S between A to B and A to F. Similarly, we can say that C to B and C to D. Similarly, E to F and E to D. Yes or no? So we can say that this is the same graph. Yes, means we can say that we partition this graph into 2 partitions or 2 vertex set. One set containing all the vertices having the same color, that is red, and second vertex set we can say that having the all the vertices having the same color, that is green. So if the chromatic number is 2, then this is guaranteed that we can partition this graph into 2 vertex sets, isn't it? In which first one will be containing the, yes, all the vertices having the same color, and second vertex set will be having the vertices having the second color, isn't it? Okay, so that is the meaning of bipartite graph. Also you can see in this graph there is no odd length cycle, there is a cycle of length 6. That's why we can say that that is bipartite, isn't it? I hope this one is clear to everyone, isn't it? Okay, similarly, yes, there is a concept of tripartite graph also, isn't it? In tripartite graph, 3 vertex sets will be there, or we can say that in that particular graph minimum, or we can say that chromatic number will be 3 only, isn't it? That is known as what? Tripartite graph, isn't it? Okay, next one, that is complete bipartite graph. That is important. Complete bipartite graph. What is the meaning of complete bipartite graph? So let us consider this one is important. And complete bipartite graph is represented with K subscript M comma N. M comma N means there will be two vertex set. First two vertex set containing M number of vertices and second vertex set containing N number of vertices. So let us consider one complete bipartite graph. Let's say this one. Yes. This is, let's say, A, B, C, D, E, F. Yes, only 6 vertex are there. Remember, in between, in the central point, there is no vertex, isn't it? Okay, so we can say that, yes, this is, we can say that, what is the chromatic number? Let's say this is red, this is red, this is red. Then we can give this is green, this is green, this is green. So here also we can say that chromatic number of this graph is 2. So this is also bipartite graph, bichromatic graph. How it is complete? What is the meaning of complete? So yes, let us take two vertex set V1 and V2. So V1 and V2, V1 containing, yes, let's say red colored vertices, that is A, C, E. And in B2 we can say that that is B, D, E. So we can say that what is the meaning of complete bipartite graph? Here you can see A is connected with B as well as D as well as E. Similarly, C is connected with B, C is connected with D, C is connected with E. Similarly, E is connected with B, E is connected with D, E is connected with, yes, we can say that that is B, D and F. Last one is F. In V2, last one is F. So we can say that A is connected with BDF, E is also connected with BDF, E is also connected with BDF. That means every vertex in any, yes, we can say that one set must be connected with all other vertices in second set. That is the meaning of complete bipartite, isn't it? I hope this one is clear to everyone. So we can say that first point you can write down, order of KMN will be what? Here M value is 3, N value is also 3. So we can say that that is M plus N. Yes or no? Second one, what is the size or number of edges? We can say that here, how many edges will be there? M into N. Yes or no? I hope this one is clear to everyone. Yes or no? Similarly, you only tell me this is KMN. Yes or no? So we can say that M into N number of edges will be there. Here M value is 3, N value is also 3. So 3 into 3, 9 edges will be there. Isn't it? M plus N means 3 plus 3, 6 vertices will be there. So order will be 6, size will be what? 9. Isn't it? But remember, this is for complete bipartite graph. Similarly, you only tell me, let's say complete tripartite graph. Let's say that is represented with KMNP. So we can say that order of KMNP will be what? That is M plus N plus P. Here 3 sets will be there having M, N and P number of vertices. All M vertices will be connected with, we can say that all the vertices of second set and so on. Similarly, let's say here we can say that between M and N, how many number of edges will be there if we talk about the size or number of edges? So we can say that between M and N, Mn edges will be there, plus between N and P, N into P edges will be there, and between M and P also M into P number of edges will be there, because every vertex of set first set must be connected with the every vertex of set last set, that is P. Yes or no? So between M and N, M into N number of edges will be there. Between N and P, N into P number of edges will be there. Between first and last, M into P number of edges will be there, isn't it? So that is the order and size of the complete tripartite graph, isn't it? That has been asked in GATE also. previously, isn't it? So be careful, isn't it? Okay, so that's all about, we can say that, spatial graphs, isn't it? In the next lecture, we will see the graph operations. What is the union, intersection, complement, isn't it? All these operations we'll see in the graphs, isn't it? Okay, okay, guys. So I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay, so thank you so much.